All right. Okay. And go.
Hello. That mic wasn't from it. Try again. Okay. Hello, everyone. We are the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm Win.
That's Matthew. He's the film boy today. We need a name for him, like the film boys.
Name for him?
The
Overwatch.
The camera. I don't know.
His name is Overwatch.
Overwatch.
He has a control.
Is that the video game reference, or is
No.
it a CW Arrowverse reference?
Wow, you actually caught on to that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
No.
Wow.
To go the complete
Speaking
other
of
way,
DC,
that
so-
I did mention the DC. But anyways, I guess we have to kind of intro this week. So hopefully y'all watch our continuity weekly, and you know what's coming up this week. But we're talking about MCU, no MCU stuff this year. So we thought we'd do a little recap, little review analysis type deal. Just give you our thoughts on them and just how we feel, all that good stuff. You know,
Where would you say that was from when you said "give us"?
give us.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure that's like a northern thing. Maybe Philadelphia or
I don't-
Austin.
My words probably.
Give us.
I probably just put words together.
Okay. That's
Sometimes when I talk, my punctuation. No, when I text, I mean my punctuation. There is none or very little, and it does not make sense. When I talk, I feel like I do the same thing, but sometimes I forget the spaces in between the words.
Yeah, I remember in high school you used to do that a lot.
I just can't talk.
Yeah.
I think
Sometimes
I
you'd
have-
miss words.
I feel like I have such a big tongue, or something, or it's like my mouth.
Let's try not to laugh.
It's something like that. I don't know. But anyways, we're talking about Marvel today. MCU.
Damn it, Kiara, you had one chance to say the only thing big is yeah.
That'd
me
be
too.
a good one. You're right. But anyways, we're talking about MCU. We're just going through phase 1 today, which is Iron Man. What is it? Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
Iron Man 2,
Thor.
Captain America, and then Avengers.
Also, the MCU bucket is
We're not negating.
Negate.
We're not doing the MCU bucket, but we will if we mention DC. That's always been the rule. We kind of call it the MCU bucket because it's Iron Man. But if we say DC in these videos, like throughout this week, we're gonna put money in there.
no.
I do.
You do. Yeah.
I do have.
You have Wonder Woman, but
We should do that.
that's so buttery though.
Well, I'll clean that. But what I'm saying is we should
We should do it
compare.
right now.
Not right now.
Oh, I
but
was thinking we should do it now.
we can institute it on next week continuity weekly.
Okay, that's fair. Just have two buckets.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see the comparison. Which
Okay.
one's mentioned more? That'd be kind of cool.
That's a good one. It's kind of unfair because we've already put like,
Yeah.
a bunch of DC stuff.
It's fine.
Coins in there.
That's
but-
fine though. I mean, most of our mentions are definitely MCU, and that's why we're talking about it. I feel like we're making this intro way too long. But anyways, I do need to mention our giveaway we're doing right now. So we're giving away a collectible little Black Panther coin. It's like they handed them out at movie theaters. It's like a thick little metal coin. We're giving that away to one of our subscribers. All you have to do is comment down below. Which one did we say for this video? Wasn't it Baby Yoda?
No, that was for the weekly.
Okay.
It was Groot, I think. I'm Groot.
Yeah, no, I feel like we already used that one.
No, we'll just use a different one.
Well, I'll just think of something real quick. So all you have to do to enter to win this is comment down below our special keyword, and the keyword today.
No, we'll say that at the end of the video.
No, we're gonna say it
We'll
right now.
force them to watch it to the end of the video.
They won't though, and I want someone to win this coin.
Okay, fine.
So the comment you have to comment down below to enter to win this coin is Stormbreaker. Comment that. What?
Good idea, Matthew.
That would be pretty.
I didn't even think about that.
That'd be pretty good. But anyways, comment Stormbreaker down below to enter win the Black Panther coin. We were doing this in our last week's videos as well. We'll probably hopefully end it this week because maybe someone will watch.
Also, subscribe. 'Cause
Subscribe.
According to here, not subscribed people are 70.7%, and subscribed
That's
to
a few.
29.3%.
That's a few
So-
people.
A few people. A lot of
Remember when it
figures.
was 50-50?
Yeah, I know.
Because it was just people we knew. But anyways, we're blabbering. Let's hop right into the MCU. Make sure you comment that and you're subscribed. But first movie, boom, the best one, to be honest.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Starring.
Copyright right there.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It was so
That's
accurate.
copyright.
But Iron Man, first one. I think it's just such a good movie.
Yeah.
There
was a lot of mistakes that they did, but I think those were just forcefully put there.
Yeah, I feel like anything that isn't the too great in this movie is not intentional, but it gives it almost a little character.
Just sad. There was just way too many gray villains.
That's true.
And it was just really dark at some points.
Yes.
But overall, it avoided like the whole superhero cliche stuff. Or
yes, it feels very
movie stuff.
One of the things I say about like Marvel in general, it feels very based in reality, even if we do have like Thor and all that. But like it, especially this one, because it's
Iron Man they were definitely trying to make it more based in reality and more.
Yeah, and even because wherever they are, like the Middle East, like that can be topical, and it's just the wars or whatever on and weaponry, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it's my favorite MCU movie without a doubt.
It is, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's about everyone's favorite MCU movie.
That's a real MCU thing.
Because I really think that was when they had established a fan base for the MCU, so that people can watch it and enjoy it.
Yes,
more than Batman.
And just the very because a lot of it's improvised. They've said that a lot of the scenes in this were improvised, like
80%.
Like there wasn't much of a script, and they just kind of worked with it. And I always forget that Ironmonger's Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, no.
Jeff Bridges is great. He's very menacing in this role.
He is.
Like,
it's just too bad they did the robots at the end.
Yeah, the robots.
Not the robots.
That's Iron Man.
Ironmonger.
That's Iron Man 2. Yeah, I wish we'd see him again. I don't know. I don't think we ever will.
Maybe in What If series.
Something like that. That'd be cool.
Because if they are going through the entire movie,
I wonder what the what if will be for this movie, because they're doing
Bridges?
No, for Iron Man.
Iron Man. I feel like it would be the him never been born or something. And they're gonna do the woman one, because in the Ultimate Comics they had a black woman.
Ironheart.
Yeah, that one.
Yep. I don't know. We'll see what they do. I feel like they'll do. I don't know. Maybe they'll go the Rhodey route. Like, what if
that would also be interesting? Yeah.
I feel like that might be like, what if he gave the suit to the military? Something like that.
I think they did show that somewhat.
Kind of in Iron Man.
Either that or it's his dad that's gonna make it.
Yeah. That's just. I think that's the Captain America one. But we're getting sidetracked. Iron Man, without a doubt, just one of the best. It's
Robert Downey Jr. is amazing.
Just so much character, and like you said, it is a little dark, like scenery wise. But I feel like so many. I don't know. There's so many iconic shots, like him in front of the camera saying "I am Iron Man." The helmet coming down for the first time, him like flying even. But just mentioning all those, like, what's your favorite scene?
My favorite scene, probably the I am Iron Man.
Yeah, I feel like that's given a lot of weight because of Endgame now.
Yeah. No, it's not even that. It was way before Endgame even came out. That was already my favorite scene for that entire movie, because it, normally when you have a superhero, they would try to cover themselves up or they don't really reveal themselves.
Just boom.
But I'm pretty sure that was also a last minute decision on.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
On Tony.
Revised.
On Robert Downey.
I feel like it probably can't. It probably wasn't improvised because so much of it was, but it's just a great movie. We'll probably rate each one at the end and give a whole phase rating at the end. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed as well. Just gonna throw that out there. But anyways, moving on from Iron Man, we're moving on to the next one. the redheaded stepchild of the MCU, the Incredible Hulk. Oh, Edward Norton.
I wish it never existed.
Maybe, but also not really. Like, I feel this is the most Hulk. It's gonna sound stupid. The most hulky Hulk. Like, it's the most Hulk. It's the most like Hulk we see in the MCU.
To me, this movie just took itself too seriously.
It did. But that's also, I feel like, the route they were trying to go at the beginning of the MCU.
That and it just feels very X-Men for some
It does.
reason.
It does. I would agree.
Yeah. I have no idea why. Maybe it was just Kevin Feige.
I feel like it was because maybe there's a little bit of a science factor to it, and I feel like the X-Men movies have a bit of like a sciencey factor to them all in a sense.
But it was just really annoying the entire time because he was just sitting in a computer desk, or he's just staring at a computer the entire time, asking his friend if the blood was good or if it was good.
I feel like just specific scenes make this movie a little bit better for me. Like Thor: The Dark World's one I mentioned. We talk about that later this week. So again, make sure you're subscribed. But just like Loki scenes in Thor: The Dark World make that movie better for me, and the Hulk scenes in this make the movie better for me, and it's enough to redeem it and me not totally hate it.
Yeah, I think the only thing I liked about this movie was Lou Ferrigno. He shows up as a security guard.
Yeah.
Original Hulk.
Yes,
that's probably the reason why my mom recognized the guy. She was like, "Oh, that's Lou Ferrigno."
Yeah,
I used to watch him.
I watched the original show. It'd be on what channel? I don't remember what it's called, but I'd watch that, and then Knight Rider would come on after. Well, it's pretty solid, but overall, this movie is just missing something. I feel like it's missing more Hulk.
His green wasn't realistic. He looked
didn't count. Weird. I hope you didn't write that down. But anyways, Incredible Hulk, just not the best movie at all. It's definitely bottom tier of the MCU movies.
Belongs in a trash bin.
Yes, I think this is my second worst one, and Iron Man 3 is my worst, and we kind of disagree on that. I need to rewatch them. I will say that I need to rewatch these movies because it's been probably a whole year since I've watched anything besides maybe the Avengers.
The Endgame.
Yeah, I watched the stuff for Chadwick. Go watch those videos. And then I watched all the Avengers, and I probably watched the most recent besides those was the first Captain America.
Okay.
But I need to rewatch them. My opinion changes all the time. I have a list on my phone that changes pretty often. But overall, favorite scene, Incredible Hulk, and then we'll move on.
Lou Ferrigno.
The Abomination scene. I hope we see Abomination
or
again.
That one, yeah.
I will say, I just really want to see. I feel like they could do because now that Disney has them, I feel like they could do such a better. Well, it doesn't have them.
I don't think they have the rights.
They don't. Well, it doesn't have to be. It can't. They have them in the sense that it just can't be a solo movie. So
yeah, they can use them however they want. They just can't make a solo movie.
Yeah, essentially.
So they cheated their way in.
Yeah,
by putting him in Ragnarok.
But anyways, moving on to Iron Man 2. I love this movie. I know a lot of people dislike this movie, but it's just something about it, man. I've thoroughly just seen it so many times because it's like it is scientifically proven. Like if you watch or listen to something repeatedly, like eventually you'll start to like it a little bit more. Yeah.
I've seen this movie about 3 times. And
only 3? I guarantee you I've seen this movie upwards of 20.
It was just so frustrating just to get to the very end of the movie, or not very end, but when Iron Man shows up on stage.
Yes.
That's when it got really frustrating. It got really cringy when Justin Hammer started dancing. But at the same time, it was all right. It was just really cringy.
Sam Rockwell's
the
highlight of this
probably
movie.
Yeah.
But I also feel like Robert Downey Jr.'s a better Tony Stark in this movie than he is.
They might have approached Sam Rockwell because I know they did Tom Cruise and
as for Iron Man
for Tony Stark.
I think so.
Because Sam Rockwell, I'm pretty sure has
And then
improvised background.
I feel like one of the biggest things for this movie, they change Rhodey.
Yeah.
They're just like, and how they do it too. They're like, they call him into like the courtroom because Tony has a hearing, and he's like, Rhodey, and they walk up to each other, and he's like, hey man, and he's like, hey, you look. Yeah, I'm here. Don't worry about it. Move on. And then they just walk back down. I'm like, that was perfect. Okay.
At least they changed it 3 movies in and not halfway through the MCU.
And
but I really do like
the only other character I feel, if you can think of another one, was Red Skull.
What?
They changed the character, the actor.
Technically, they didn't change him. I just don't think they have a contract for him.
No, what's his name? He's the guy in the Matrix.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh god, whatever his name is. He thought it was a joke. Like whenever he did Captain America, he was like, "Oh, I didn't think that would be anything. Oh well," and just
he does have a fan base for that. Because I thought Red Skull was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, and then Red Skull. We'll get to that. Red Skull looks so good though. But overall, this is Iron Man 2 I just think it's so funny and just it's not a movie to be taken seriously at all.
I don't know. The jokes on it were kind of forceful. And
they are, and that's why I love them.
The part about his dad was just thrown in there.
Yeah.
Which was incredibly frustrating.
I guess they kind of... I gotta stop eating these mints. But I don't know, he discovers the new element and all that stuff, and I don't know, I feel like we get Nick Fury, we get Black Widow in this. Like,
okay, you mentioned the new element thing.
Yes.
That's also kind of frustrating because it doesn't make sense that he would have the new element.
No, not at all.
And then I don't think he implements it in the other movies.
No, it
doesn't look like it.
His arc is a V now. Duh.
No, it's a triangle.
Well, it can be a V, technically.
It's a triangle.
Whatever you say, Stone Cold Steve Austin. But anyways, you get 2 very big characters introduced in this. I feel like it's a big deal. So,
big characters, who?
Black Widow, Coulson.
Oh, no, Coulson got introduced in Iron Man.
Yeah, he was, but you get more of Coulson.
He goes. I'm part of the strategic homeland intelligence. Something.
Yes, and he's like, we need to set up a meeting. Blah blah blah. Yes, I remember. But Iron Man 2, I really like it. Favorite scene.
Iron Man 2.
Yes.
Peter Parker showing up.
Really?
They retconned him.
I know. Yeah. But I like the either the final fight scene with like all the robots and Whiplash, even though it's really fast, it's just cool to see them just mowing down a bunch of robots, and then or the courtroom scene.
I really wish they introduced Iron Patriot first instead of War Machine.
I guess.
Yeah, I think that would have separated the whole like silver tone from the rest of the bad robots.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that would be more Justin Hammer to show off Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
Just go up to the stage.
That would have been better.
Yeah, and he would have probably...
I feel like it was already silver. They couldn't have gone.
Yeah, I know.
But moving on. Thor, the first Thor. I'm going to pronunciate my words very hard right now.
All right, John Malkovich, chill out.
That really is how he talks. So I never thought about that. But moving on, we're talking about Thor now. First Thor, Chris Hemsworth. This movie's not great either.
No. It would have been so... Okay, this is just a thought.
Yes.
Maybe in the What If series, they're going to have Tom Hiddleston as Thor.
That'd be cool.
Because that is what he had auditioned for.
Yes.
He did audition for Thor. He got ripped. And then he lost about...
all the weight.
He lost 20 or 30 pounds or 50 pounds maybe of
muscle. He's so good as Loki, though. I love Tom Hiddleston. he's my favorite like male character in the MCU, and then Black Widow's my favorite female character. But they're both. But yes, Loki's great. The story, I think the story is really good. Like the abandonment and all that, it's just kind of not done very well.
Yeah, I wish they didn't go to Earth. I wish they went to somewhere else.
Yeah, it would have been better if they stayed on Asgard, but I like the whole what's his name, Donald Blake like thing with Thor.
Oh, the Easter egg kind of.
Like, yeah, that's like his alias whenever he's not Thor or he has to hide or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
this movie, Natalie Portman, she got nothing to do in this movie.
Yeah,
except just receive exposition.
Yes. Skarsgård's good. He's good. I think he's he's very consistent. Like, he's a good character in all these movies, like Avengers, this one, Thor, The Dark World. What else has he been in?
It's an easy role for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do it. I suck. But
this is when they introduced Hawkeye.
Yes, that's true.
First time.
Which is I completely forgot about.
It's so out of nowhere.
It's so it's just like, okay, we need to introduce him somehow. Okay, put him at the Shield place.
He's on the
but why is he there?
he's in one of those lifts. And he just sits there and he just watches.
Yeah, but it's just like, why is he there?
He has a sniper.
Yeah, he has a gun and not a bow, and they're like, oh, okay.
But that would support the fact that he would be Taskmaster.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be very interesting if that was actually him.
I just don't think it will be.
I don't think it will be, but him being...
I feel like that's the most likely. We're talking about Black Widow, who Taskmaster her.
He has the dexterity, it looks like, Hawkeye.
Yeah. But Thor, overall, just not a great movie. I like the Frost Giants. I wish they had more of that. I wish that was what it was. Maybe a more conflicting war between them, and they didn't just go there, wipe them all out, and then call it a movie.
Maybe that should have been the entire movie.
And like
it was kind of the entire
it's very conflicting between him and Loki, and like that's what puts him into the All Father's sleep or whatever. Yeah. That would have been probably a little bit better. I don't know.
I think the part that I hated the most in this movie was when they reveal Loki was a
Frost Giant.
Yeah, and then he's just has the boy. Not even once as a child did he not like transform into that green or that not green, that blue Frost Giant skin.
He had to be touched by another one. I don't know.
It's so dumb.
It is.
He just unlocked a skill.
Well, it's the fact maybe he'd never been into something. I don't know. I'm not gonna defend this movie, to be honest. No. Like it's not worth it. Yeah, the Destroyer. I do like the Destroyer. He looks really good. I wish that they used him well.
I wish we saw him again.
Maybe we will.
Maybe Thanos fighting.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
That would be interesting.
Too bad our Asgard got blown up.
Yeah.
But
overall,
favorite scene
was when Anthony Hopkins, Odin, showed up in the Frost Giant planet or whatever you call it.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And he had that 8-legged horse.
Yes.
I don't remember what they're called, but that was pretty cool.
I like his little like casting out of Thor is pretty good. Anthony Hopkins really he's good in this movie.
He is.
He's asleep for most of it, but there's another minute. He's very good. My favorite scene though, I'd probably be the Destroyer stuff. It just looks good. Like the CGI for that looks pretty good.
It's just so weird that they're just in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a little off in this for sure.
They should have left him in Tennessee. That would have been so interesting.
Yeah.
In the middle of the woods somewhere. And just a bunch of rednecks just kind of... Yeah, exactly.
But moving on, Captain America, First Avenger. I don't know. All these are just origins, and they just kind of...
They're pass off.
Yeah, they're just like filler. They're not even filler at this point. They
just wanted to make
They're origin movies. Yeah. And they're just... To what? I mean, they are filler, but they're not, in a sense. Like,
I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, not yet. And then Disney comes in and saves it, kind of. I mean, I don't think they weren't doing bad. They were making their money back. I mean,
they were. They did very well.
But Captain America is a movie that I go up and down on it. I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. But then I see a bunch of connections. Like, oh, I really like this movie. I'd say it's mid tier for me. Like, it's better than most. Not better than, I don't know. So it's better than a lot, but not the best.
I keep thinking about this. I don't think it could have made it any better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just the story. It's Captain America's story, and they did it well, but it's as good as it's gonna get.
It's just a very strange character to have an origin story with, because he's World War II. That was when they were fighting the Nazis, but instead of having the Nazis, because they don't want to have
Hydra.
Yeah, they have Hydra instead.
Yeah,
which is bizarre because he's supposed to be, Red Skull is supposed to be what, akin to Hitler?
Yeah,
something like that.
He's like,
but he seems like he's more powerful.
Well, it's like, it's supposed to be that Hydra's like a secret almost to Hitler.
Secret? They have giant ships. They have laser guns.
Yeah, they're like a secret. He wants to be his own like little like section of the Nazis, and like,
I don't know. He's just way too ambitious for me,
I guess. But overall, like you said, there's just not much. Like, it was as good as it's gonna get, and that's okay. We get Captain America. They introduced him, and moving on. The next one we're gonna talk about.
You didn't say favorite.
I know. I'm saying the next one we're gonna talk about is the last one for this phase, which is Avengers. But what's your favorite scene for Captain America, the first Avenger?
What do you call that? That alleyway.
The alleyway scene.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
When he said,
"I can do this all day."
Yeah, that one.
I can do this all day. Yeah, I know.
Because then at the end of Endgame, he just says, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the best thing to. That's probably the best way to end Captain America's whole patriotic attitude.
He's just like, "I'm over it. Okay, I get it. I was Captain America.
Hop off my dick, bro.
Yeah.
Move on. I get it."
I'd say my favorite scene. I don't know.
Think.
I feel like even the scenes when he's tiny are pretty good. Like,
oh yeah, the CGI for that.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Stuff like that. I mean, it's a good movie.
It threw me off. He reminded me of Matthew for some reason.
A little bit.
I'm not gonna say his last name. I'm gonna blur that name out, but it does. Does it not?
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just a compliment for me. He looks like Chris Evans. Avengers. Oh, this movie is just, who would have thought?
No, nobody.
Not
did.
me.
I didn't.
I sure didn't.
I watched this with my family, and I was so hyped up for it. I couldn't stop talking to my dad about it.
Oh,
I just remembered.
Oh yeah, I still do that with my dad. I'm just like, when an MCU movie comes out, I'm just like, yeah, this is happening behind the scenes, and like, oh, this could happen in the movie. Who knows? And I still do that with everyone, because movies are great. But Avengers is just, the lead up to it with these movies is great. We were like, oh, they're finally all gonna connect. The way they set up each character, like individually, like kind of to come together even in the movie itself, is really good.
It's impressive. It's just really annoying that Thor just comes out of nowhere. Because the Bifrost...
I'm trying to think.
The Bifrost got destroyed. And then just a throwaway line, Loki says, how much dark energy or dark magic did Father use to conjure up the Bifrost or something like that. Literally, they just...
Oh, yeah, he does just come out of nowhere. I was trying to think. Yeah, he does.
He lands on the Quinjet, or I don't know what they called it in that movie. He just lands on the Quinjet and just starts a fight with Iron Man. Well, Iron Man started that fight.
Yeah. That's a good fight, though. It was a good scene. That's maybe one of my favorite scenes for that movie, just to mention.
Mother, no, you wear 3 Yes. See, movies like Avengers leaves an impression on you, and that's something that you can remember.
And I feel like so many people are into them now. Like it's always leaving an impression on someone. Like, I feel like Endgame and Infinity War were probably two of the most meme things in like history.
Yeah.
Like, it's like every other line is a meme.
Yeah.
And it's just because everyone went and saw it. These are like events now. They're still movies. Like, I don't think they're not.
This was a very impressive feat to movie
pull this off.
history.
Yes.
I don't think you could.
And they didn't, but they
anymore.
keep like one-upping it. I mean,
They did.
they just keep doing it.
The second one was annoying, but they did.
They still do it. Like, and there's pieces of the puzzle and leading up to phase 2 and phase 3, which we'll talk about in the next few videos this week. But Avengers is up there. Let's go through real quick. Give them quick ratings. Ready?
Oh shit. Okay, go.
Ready? Iron Man.
7.5.
9.
Okay.
God, what's
Incredible Hulk?
Incredible Hulk.
3.
4. Oh God, I suck at this.
Captain America.
Iron Man 2.
Oh, it is Iron Man 2. 4.5.
4.5 as well, but I still love it. Like, I know it's not great, but I still love that movie. No, Thor.
It is Thor. You're right. Thor.
4.5.
3.
Captain America.
About 5.
6.
That's
Avengers.
8.5.
8.5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but yeah, overall the phase altogether, what would you give it?
Overall, the phase, I'd say about 7 to 8. Can't decide yet.
I give it like a 6.75. Because there's not a lot of good movies. Like, you got 2 really good bookends to this phase. You got Iron Man and Avengers, but the stuff in the middle, there's not much to talk about. Like your other phases, there's some good middle movies, and then you've got some other like origin stories. They just are what they are. But
I really, the reason why I gave it about an 8.5 maybe, is because they established Infinity Saga.
It's the start. Yeah. There we go. That's our phase 1 MCU like review recap. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We're just giving our.
I'm gonna call it a recap. That's what I have.
Recap. We're giving y'all our feelings on them because we're not getting any MCU content this year, and so we thought, let's put it out there, and we'll probably do this again. Like right now, this is 2020.
We might do it every year because they have a lot of things coming out next year.
The next 2-3 years even.
Yeah.
There's just so much content coming. Hopefully, but oh gosh, that's our video.
Let us know what you think down below about phase 1.
Which is your favorite movie? That's our question for you. Like, what was your favorite movie? Tell us down below. Out of phase 1. Thank y'all for watching. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe.
If you don't like the movie, if you don't like the video, you know what to do. But if you like it, click that like button.
And make sure to hit the bell so you get notified about our videos. We try and post as often as possible.
Yeah.
But
this one was just a late bloomer because we had some technical difficulties.
We goofed. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. We love y'all. We love movies. We'll see y'all next time. Have a wonderful time.
Enjoy me watching movies.